And it wasn't my decision. The reason I'm making this video is to provide transparency that I always strive to provide to my online audience and my local community when I'm inevitably going to be asked why I'm no longer a part of the Record Store Day approved record stores. Recently, I put in my order for the Record Store Day Black Friday list, and my rep got back to me from my DRO and said this information came about a week after I received a very interesting phone call to the shop by the co-founder of Record Store Day. My first interaction with a Record Store Day co-founder was actually on a comment he left on my RSD's Window Photo Recap video. In his comment, he refuted a lot of the points that I made, invited me to email him if I wanted to talk! Further, which was a generic info@Retornaday economy mail, it felt a little strange to me that his initial reaction to my video was dismissive rather than collaboration. Especially noting the fact that I have a fairly sizable YouTube channel and a brick and mortar. But I didn't really think too much of it. I did, however, send an email. I waited about 2 months before I heard back from him, and by that time I was busy with the holiday day on things with my brick and mortar store that took priority, so I never really got to continue the conversation. So imagine my surprise when I get a call to the store after my RSD Black Friday 2020 Reconcenio! I really wasn't sure what to expect, and my hope was that it was going to be something collaborative where we can work together to try to make RSD better for everyone. Instead, it ended up being a 4 to 5 minute phone conversation that left me even more confused. A lot of the conversation was him shifting the blame away from RSD for the choosing of the list titles. He told me that there is a list that Gunopoulos providing and a council of stores that decide from that list what titles to get. He told me that he didn't have a ton of say about what goes on a list. He then was talking about sales, and I was talking about how people used to walk out with huge stacks of records they were excited about, and he said that record prices have gone up, which we all can acknowledge, and it doesn't matter if people like the whole list, and if people like 2 or 3 titles at once! Out with those, that's considered a win to them. And while that's great that that's a win for them, I have talked to a lot of people in my store and online, and I feel like there's a large disappointment, a minimalist, and about an excitement about a love of titles compared to how it was maybe 10 years ago! So, I think that's missing the poke from the community perspective. It just feels like a far cry from Record Store Day 2017, where people would line up for 8 to 10 hours at their favorite record store and walk out with a huge stack of titles they were stoked about! The first really irksome thing on the call was when he acknowledged in my video that I said I may not be ordering from RSD, their fear no! So far, since that RSD store! I have ordered every time, and it is not always a huge order because it can be a bit of a money pit for small stores. He presented that if someone drove 500 miles to my store because they saw that I was an RSD store and I didn't have any of the titles, they would be hugely let those that not ever the unique situation. Where what happens if a store may or may not carry the titles? Do they have to add a special badge next to my name to illuminate that? For those who are looking at it, I hadn't made a definitive decision yet about RSD, and I was gonna make this small order because there were a few titles for the first. I was excited to get to my community. I also know for a fact, speaking to other record store owners, that not everybody orders every single time for both Black Friday and RSD every year. It just, there's great financial sense every time. It just felt strange that they acted like this as the first time they would ever encounter an issue like this. A lot of the time when it comes to ordering DRO, especially for something like RSD, it comes down to an available budget, and it only really makes sense for the biggest stores in the country. And honestly, he agreed with that mostly when it came to our conversation. But the thing that really bothered me the most was when he said to me, "Matt, your store is mostly used records. You shouldn't even be talking about record store day." Hope you had an awesome record store day. Get it for sure. It was a very long night. Yeah, but so tired from it. If you are a music fanatic, I would recommend